أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين رضي الله تعالى عنا وعنكم وعن كافة المؤمنين أجمعين. Once more, I appreciate this opportunity to be with you, brothers and sisters and brothers. May Allah bless you. I think quite a time we missed each other because I was away, we were not meeting each other. We stopped this class for some time ago. Wherever I went, always I thought, I wish I could have been here with you, with our brothers and sisters, and enjoy what we are doing, what we were doing, what we are doing. I am happy to be back with you. This class, Saturday, 12:30 for 1 hour. This class, this time is related with Majallah. I had opportunity earlier to lecture 2 periods in general terms about Majallah. Just to summarize a few words, what I said, Majallah is an Ottoman code civil of Ottoman Empire, very, very important. As I mentioned in previous 2 lectures, it has a developmental history beginning from the middle of 19th century, 1830s, 1840s, European influence and struggle. Ottomans as Muslim leadership, Sultanate and Khilafah, struggling to adapt from Europe some necessary things, but resist unnecessary things to creep in Muslim world through Ottomans. So reforms, give and take and give, had begun that time once more between East and West, Ottomans and West. Just jumping today West, Europe, America, west of the West, including all over the world, with industry, with cars, with weapons, with planes, with everything. Know-how, Muslim world doesn't have that power. They are just copying. This is, Africa is like that, Asia is like that, East Asia, South Asia, Far East Asia, Middle East is like that. I mean, North is like that, South is like that. Everywhere they are. But that time, it was not like that much. So, this Western influence on Muslim countries began earlier, of course, give and take, but at the middle of 19th century AD, it was intensified. So, Ottomans began to get some good things from West, like military and other things, and meantime to develop, to adapt themselves to Western issues Islamically. Majalla is one of these things which Ottomans developed. Codification, canonizing Islamic law in the forms of Western methodology, Western system, systematics of the legal documents. In West, Napoleon Code Civil, I am summarizing. That is Code Civil de Napoleon, 1804. A code, a text, still existing in France, still in effect. That text developed. In Muslim world, they did not have a code like that, or a digesta, Latin word, digest, digesta, like that, they did not have. So some influence, some said that we need to translate this Napoleon Code Civil into Ottoman Turkish. A group of Muslims, scholars, said no. We will check Quran, Kitab, Sunnah, Fuqaha, Fiqh, Mazhab, Shafi'i, Hanbali, Maliki, Mazhabs, or literature. We will prepare text, codes like that, but based on Islam. We don't need to translate. Earlier I mentioned that there was some translations made from this Code Civil of Napoleon, 1840s, those days, to push their programs on Muslim leadership. There was one leadership, Khalifa, Khilafah, Ottomans in Istanbul. They were in North Africa, Algeria, Tunis, Libya, Sudan, Egypt, all Arabian Peninsula under Ottomans, all Iraq under Ottomans, Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Greek, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, up to middle of Switzerland, almost in France. Ottomans, biggest civilization in Islamic history. Strongest, biggest civilization, Ottomans. So they were all over, everywhere. But these Western powers through their agents tried to influence. I detailed quite a how Constitution, Kanuni Asasi, developed and constitutional administration, Mashruti Idare. Unfortunately, Muslims, they don't know Turkish. Other Muslims, they don't know Turkish. They don't know these concepts. Mashruti Idare, Abdul Hamid Khan. Before that, Abdul Aziz, Abdul Majid, And after that, so all Western influence, Rashid Pasha, some French Masonic influence, was working through their schools protected by church in Istanbul, minority schools, Christian schools. Also in Lebanon was center of civilization before Islam, Roman Empire. Istanbul was center of civilization and center of laws, codifying laws. Lebanon and Istanbul, Constantinople. So that played a role. Ottoman Empire time, missionaries, Christian missionaries, underground were conspiring and cooperating with the Western powers, money, everything, so it worked. It began to work that early. I will mention something. You know, Constantinople was conquered by Fatih Sultan Mehmet when he was 21 years old, with brilliant ideas, preparation, how he let his military boats slide up the hill, down Galata, Istanbul, because he wanted to go to Golden Horn. There was a big chain, could not break in. That chain is in Istanbul in the museum. Museum of Marine, Museum of Maritime. If you go there, you see it is there. That. So this brilliant conqueror plan set in a small hill looking at Istanbul, planning how to conquer near to Istanbul. At the top of, on the hill, next to Bosphorus in Istanbul. Bosphorus. Strait. So he was successful. Years later, an American church, with their power, their missionaries, they went over there, organized minorities, Christians. They built a college, meaning a high school. College means in Turkish high school, not university. A college teaching in English, medium in English, in that spot where Fatih Sultan Mehmet planned to conquer Islam. They built a school for their minority people, paid the money, bought the land, connivingly, smartly, carefully, settled way, because Ottomans were so freedom lovers, more than Americans, more than anyone in the world. You have your religion, Quran says don't interfere, we don't interfere. You have your judge, we don't interfere. You have your church, we don't interfere. Ummah doesn't interfere. The power of Ottomans was coming from that magnanimous attitude, marvelous attitude. So they did not suspect. They said, okay, you are free to do it. Did you pay the money? Is this your land? Why don't you do it? We cannot tell you don't build this school or something. How can I interfere you? Interfere your language, interfere your religion, interfere. How can I do it? Muslims cannot do. Ottomans didn't do. So they established a school. They began to educate minority Christians, children, but 1 or 2, 3 Muslim ones, 2. Okay, you can send your children to that school. It was not regular. Muslims put their children in a Christian school. It was not regular. It was not something everybody will do. Why not 2 people, 3 people? This is parents' responsibility. This is their authority, something. The principal of that school wrote memoirs and letters. I am establishing school here. If I need more money, please send to America. So his memoirs published later on. His letters published. He says, I am sitting in Istanbul at the top of the hill where the conqueror of Istanbul sat, conquered Istanbul, planned to conquer Istanbul. Now, I am going to reconquer Istanbul in my way back through education. This is what I am doing. So he did, this was one example. There were other schools. This was English, American, speaking American. There was French, there were Italians, there were German schools, Catholic schools. Spread in this area and other areas as well. So these began to influence Ottomans. Then the ones who have been graduated from there, they went to Europe, they have been supported, they began to work as agents of certain clubs, free Masons, Masonism. That time, powerful, very powerful. So it worked. At the end, perhaps, they deposed Abdul Hamid. They brought a lot of new things. They established Ittihad al-Taraqi and an organization. They became member of that, which Atatürk also was member, like in 1905, 04, 8, later on. In that, Atatürk, of course, later joined to that. He was younger. So, Western influence began work through the schools in Muslim world. Schools established by churches. Hospitals, here you see, Presbyterian, Methodist, universities, established by churches. Same thing. Here, there is nobody harming anybody, but that did not work well for Muslims in back home. So, this example I have given is an example of how Muslim Ottomans, Muslim world, have been influenced by churches, through education, through educational institutes, and began to be transformed, perhaps differently. Of course, we know North Africa, later on influenced by Italians, by French, mainly. North Africa, Muslims in India, Indo-Pakistan, very much influenced by English, before, after. They were outside of Ottoman Empire. They were not a part of Ottoman Empire, speaking about Indo-Pakistan. Indo-Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran was not under Ottoman Empire. Of course, Ottoman Empire was so strong, still they could have influence, positive influence, whenever they wanted. But literally, Indo-Pakistan was not under Ottoman Empire. Organically, no. Afghanistan was not. Iran was not at all. Ottomans represented Sunni. Iran represented Shia. Always neighbors but fight. The role of Iran in the development of Ottomans or expansion of Ottomans is quite negative. Iran. Because Iran kind of prevented Ottomans have relation to Central Asia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, where Turkish nation easy to communicate, easy to be together. And Xinjiang, China, Muslims in China today. That would be, if Iran had been friendly with Ottomans, history would have changed. Perhaps there would have been no communism in Russia, no communism in China. There are very important historic events. Muslims made mistake. We did not pay enough attention. History, in history, okay? Honestly speaking, this is one of them. This is one of them. Muslims must not have fallen in that mistake, must have been strong enough to go, to be friend, to do something. What happened? They are left helpless. Communism came out, swallowed communism. Now Islam is by name in that part of the world when communism dismantled. So you need to re-Islamize how? Still same communist guy is sitting at the top, same organization sitting next. So dress changed, but mind did not change, heart did not change. Can heart change? Will change sometimes. Historic, that to me, that forced Ottomans to go to West. So they flew into West, yes. But I wish Ottomans could have been gone through Iran, next to Iran, to Afghanistan, to China, to all Central Asian, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Uralistan, and Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Muslim, Afghanistan, then perhaps English in India would not play that role. Go back. If, this is big if, but if that had been, how vision would have been changed. Very big change. Very big change. So, Muslims, Ottomans, went back down to west. If they had been there, no communism, Muslims are going west. They are already near France. Some other Muslims were at Spain. From Spain, top of the mountains, down to France. They could come down. Ottomans could have met them. They could not meet. Too wrong. That is why Andalus, Muslim Spain, civilization gone down. Too bad. Anybody that made that mistake, big mistake. It must not have happened. I mean, rational evaluation of history. Then, if that joined Ottomans with Muslims from Spain, they would easily go north. There was Angles and Saxons, Scandinavian. From there, north of Siberia, Russia, which communism? No communism. Whole world Muslim. There would have been no America at that time. If anybody comes to America, first Muslims. Now you would have in North America big, strong, more than 50% majority of people are Muslims. Strong, I mean, considering the superpower, being superpower would have been same time, same thing. Of course, we are considering everything is the same, but this theory is working. We are without changing. So the world would have been changed. So theory, a little imaginary or fantasy, but to me, so these Ottomans, unfortunately, it did not work that way. As I said, they had to struggle with the people from inside who have been educated in Western powers or Western churches, supported by churches. They began to influence Ottomans in another area, including law, summarizing Code Civil of Napoleon. Some Muslim scholars said, no sir, we don't need Western translations, let us prepare a text based on Islam which will be systematically same style, same usable by judges, by parties, and they produced Majallah. Majallah, this is commentary of Majallah, old book. I mean, I found in my library this Ottoman system. This is called Ruhul Majallah. Ruhul Majallah means spirit of Majallah. It is like commentary on Majallah. Interesting. Of course, as I said earlier, it has Ottoman Turkish, so very complex words. I wonder in America if there is any Turkish man in America understands these ones. I wonder. I sincerely wonder. I may feel in Harvard, maybe one or two people, like old-timer person who studied in Turkey 30 years ago, 40 years ago, remnants of old scholarship. new scholarship is dying. You don't see old Orientalist style today. In old days there was people Christian, but they knew perfect Arabic, they knew perfect English, I met some of them, perfect Persian, you admire. Religion is different, but you say you appreciate how this person knows this much, how he managed. I couldn't do it. Appreciation, 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 appreciation. I don't think there is a trend today to have that type of scholar Orientalist, very, very shallow, very shallow today. So they produced مجلة أحكام عدلية, this text to counter Western influence on codification, to counter in Ottoman Empire, and to preserve the dignity of Islamic law, fiqh, fuqaha, judges, qadis, and help them, give them a manual usable. So this text is called Mecelle-i Ahkam-ı Adliye. It is in Turkish. The book translated into Arabic, the book translated into Code, have been translated into English, maybe in other languages as well, but it is originally in Arabic. First, Majalla means code, but code has a lot of meanings in English, but code of a law, code civil government, like a book which contains law, mother, big law, main source law, made covering 90% of the area, maybe some small other things. There are other small laws here and there, but this is the book code. It is digesta in Latin. So Majalla here is code, which covers main body of the rules and regulations inside the book. Okay. Second word is ahkam. Majalla-i ahkam. Ahkam, plural of hukm. Plural of hukm. Let me write here. عدلية. مجلة أحكام من العين عدد ليا. We can put H here, we cannot put H here. عدلية. So مجلة is called أحكام حكم. جمع is أحكام. حكم rule law rule حكم of salah أحكام الصلاة rules related with salah, how to pray, how to do, what to do. Ahkam is plural, jam, plural. I mean, anybody who is my old-time students, they may know, but new ones, they may not know. What is this? What is writing? This is jim, like plural. Plural of this word is ahkam. Ahkam is long. This must be long. Ahkam. Long, ta, alif. Ta, not ke. Ka, tajweed. These words, anybody who knows these words may read Quran better. Because Ahkam is mentioned in Quran, Hukm is mentioned in Quran, Adl is mentioned in Quran, Majalla is not mentioned in Quran, not mentioned. That is okay, that's understandable. So, rules. Adl, justice. Adil, Allah is Adil, justice. Adliya, belonging to justice. Adli. Kitab, kitabi, belongs to kitab. Is ya, when you add ya, belongs to that. Mansub. Ya, adli, ya, feminine. The word is feminine. So what is it? Majalla code. Ahkam, rules. Adliya, justice. But the relation between these two words, Majalla-i Ahkam, is, this relation is called Izafat in Arabic. Mudaf ilayh. It is like cap of the boy, off. Door of the class, off. There is off here. Majalla, off, either. Ahkam, that is why Majalla, This is Persian text. These words are Arabic, but structure is Persian. This is very coming from Ottoman language system, very interesting language. Majalla is Ahkam Adliya. Majalla or rules, justice rules, related with justice. Means like court, justice, means that is the meaning of it. So this is what we are talking about. Majalla Ahkam Adliya. Almost it is time. I think I will conclude here at this point. Inshallah, we will continue to study this subject. I will have perhaps a little more introductory speeches, and then we will go into a little more details, inshallah ta'ala. May Allah bless you. I am happy again to be back. Before concluding, let us read the Surah Al-Ikhlas, one Fatiha, for all Muslim scholars who struggle to establish Islam in this country, Muslim scholars, here in this area, other part of the area, any regular person who supported Islam here, anybody who spent effort on Majalla in producing, teaching, struggling, because that is the specific class here, in the world, for all of them. I don't think anywhere in the world today, I don't think anywhere in the world anybody is teaching Majalla. Anybody, anywhere, any university, any education, any madrasa. I don't think in India, Pakistan, madrasas, anybody is aware. No. I am professional, I follow. No. Not in Darul Nadwa, not in Deoband, not in Osmania University. In some universities, there are professors who have interest in their articles. That is different. But like teaching, so to me, what we are doing, to me is history. To me is history. To me, this is history. So may Allah bless you, devote you, inshallah. Surah Al-Ikhlas and Fatiha.